What's up, guys? Coming to you this morning to talk about something that was in the news the other day. If you guys are coming from my channel, Jacob's Life in Vegas, where I talked about renting here in Las Vegas, and part of the reason I don't think the flow of people from California is going to stop anytime soon. This was part of the reason, and this is going to be in the news again in the future. So it was big news just last month. This is going to be coming on more and more as I expect LA to continue to expand this program they're trying out. So it's about the fact that Mayor Garcetti in Los Angeles has proposed nearly $1 billion to address homelessness, including a $24 million basic income pilot program. So obviously, Los Angeles has lots of issues with homelessness getting worse and worse over the years. The pandemic, helped magnify that. The pandemic in 2020 was the year when lots of people were leaving California. California actually lost population. Things were not looking good for California. And I think the pandemic really just helped magnify a lot of those things. It talks about how Garcetti proposed spending nearly $1 billion to help clean up the streets. The $24 million in taxpayer money for the pilot program would be used to give $1,000 a month to 2,000 households for 1 year. And this big part right here, no questions asked wherever poverty lives in our city, is what Garcetti said. So this, comes when they've been facing lots of criticism for the growing homeless population in Los Angeles and how it's expanded to so many other parts of the area. When it used to just be kind of a handful of areas, it's just expanded way more now. Now, this part is big. Right here, when look at these numbers, this puts it in perspective. Is when Garcetti took office in 2013, the city was spending about $10 million treating homelessness. So 8 years later, 2021, in his annual speech to the city council, he said he would propose spending $955 million for the year that begins July 1. So this is right around the corner here. And we're talking in 8 years, almost 100 times more money. In 8 years. Almost 100 times more money. Also, at the same time, the city funded homeless outreach workers by 1,000% from 11 to more than 120. He says, "We know the key to ending homelessness is homes. Let's rent them, let's buy them, let's build them brand new," the mayor said. So LA has been struggling with this for decades. This does talk about how if you go down Sunset Boulevard now in Los Angeles, you'll see encampments all over the place. How it used to just be like on Skid Row or in downtown, that kind of thing. But now it's, over so many other parts of the Los Angeles area. Now, this part here says this funding will include nearly $100 million from the federal COVID rescue package. This second half of this sentence here is important. It says, and the city hopes county, state, and federal governments will continue to expand their financial assistance. That's a very eloquent way of saying we're going to need more tax money, which means taxes are going to have to go up. So the county, state, and federal government, because all that money has to come from somewhere, and the government gets its money from taxes. Federal government, they got, the feds got the printing press, so they can print, right? They can just, print money as if they want. But county and state governments, governments really collect money from tax revenues. So if the city wants financial assistance, if they want more money, that means they're going to have to get it from more taxes. So, and it says it's only a guess if the surge in taxpayer dollars will bring visible change. We'll see, because they've been spending more money so far, and so far the problem's gotten worse. So, and this is more comments from Garcetti. One gentleman here, Mike Arnold, President and CEO of Midnight Mission, which provides beds, meals, and drug rehabilitation services on Skid Row, called the proposal great news, but worried the dollars would taper off after 1 year. It could happen. That could happen, but I have a feeling that more people are going to want to be a part of this program in the future. The hard part is going to just be finding money for it, because so much of California, the state has got huge amounts of debt. Lots of the cities there are not in the greatest financial position or anything along those lines. So Arnold did point to New York City, which has roughly the same number of homeless residents of Los Angeles, but spends about $1 billion a year to address the crisis. Is currently only about 25% of Los Angeles County's 66,000 homeless residents are benefiting from available resources. Arnold also fears that the city's money will be misspent. I would say it's a pretty valid fear to have. So, that's just really the situation we're looking at here in Los Angeles with what's going on. And one of the things, you look at some of these numbers, these statistics about homeless statistics going on. I'll link this stuff down below across the country. You look at homeless people per 100,000 population. You look at the state's rankings here. California is number 4. Nevada, where I live, is actually number 9. So you look at Nevada, we're actually number 9. California's number 4. Nevada's here number 9. You scroll down a little more, though, and you can see percent change in homelessness by state. Nevada, we're one actually. Our homeless population is going down. So we're number 9 overall, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, but ours, recently has been the 6th most decreased homeless population across the country here in Nevada. And then you look at rate of homelessness above national average. So you look at Santa Cruz, right? Santa Maria, California, San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, San Francisco, Sacramento, Vallejo, San Diego, Oxnard. I mean, California is all over this place. California, again, Bakersfield, Merced, Las Vegas is on here, Reno is on here, Visalia, Fresno, Stockton, Turlock, San Jose, Los Angeles, Salinas. I mean, California dominates this list of when it comes to homelessness by, above national average in terms of by city. So this is something that, when it comes to money, when it comes to finance, where's the money going to come from for this? How are they going to pull this off? I mean, and one thing that I saw in a video of Valuetainment, Patrick Bet-David talked about this. He also talked about what are you incentivizing? So what are you attracting when you do something like this? So basically, he was saying he thinks the homeless population is going to get bigger in California. It's going to attract more people to come there because they see these programs, and people are going to say, well, let's just go to California because they have these programs, and he thinks it's going to get even worse. And I can see why he would say that. And if it continues to get worse in California, more people are going to continue to leave because they're going to have to get tax money from somewhere to pay for it, and people continue to leave. They're going to be coming to places here like Las Vegas, Nevada, and other nearby states to Arizona, Idaho, Texas, that kind of thing. But it's probably going to continue. So this is something to keep an eye on in the coming years. What's going to be happening with the money in this situation. So tell me what you guys think about this down below. I just want to touch on this because I heard this and I'm like, man, this is the second biggest city in America is trying to do a universal basic income program. There are other cities doing it, but Los Angeles being the second biggest in the country, they're the biggest one to be trying to implement something like this. So thanks for checking this out, guys. I appreciate you watching. I want to hear what you have to say about it down below. I will have another video for you guys coming up tonight, but I just want to talk about this today because it was on my mind. So thanks, guys, and I'll see you soon.